To the naked eye, Cal Poly seems like the perfect school, designed to fit students' needs. But as the sun sets, a problem emerges. Dining halls close, leaving students with very few options to eat. For those with late-night classes, dietary restrictions, and packed schedules, these closures aren't just an inconvenience, they're a daily struggle. The limited hours of Cal Poly's dining halls, particularly with restricted late-night and weekend hours, negatively impacts Cal Poly's student body. In this documentary, we'll uncover the impact of the inconvenient dining hours on students and explore what can be done to make campus dining more accessible. Dining dollars are a major part of life at Cal Poly. In surveying the freshman student body at random, with over 100 responses, we determined that 94.1% of freshmen use dining dollars as part of their meal plan. For first years, it is a requirement, meaning most students are heavily dependent on campus dining to meet their nutritional needs. Yet, when venues close early, over 85% of students report missing meals. These are meals which students have already paid for, but cannot obtain. Cal Poly has two main dining halls, Vista Grande and 1901 Marketplace, which just opened last year. Of the 47 food venues available at Cal Poly, only 5 are open past 9 p.m. This includes Campus Market and Shake Smart, which do not offer substantial meals, with 2 more being Taco Bell and Subway, both of which are unhealthy and far away from freshman dorms. As nighttime emerges, many students are hesitant to risk their safety walking in the dark. In addition, this poses another issue: extremely long wait times as students stand in line for food at the few late-night dining venues. Even more troubling, a study conducted by seniors at Cal Poly in 2016 found that only 12% of the 314 main entrees served at Vista Grande Dining Complex meet national healthy food standards. Many of these venues close by 3 p.m. on weekdays, so they're unreliable to students' schedules. As students spend late nights studying or finishing their homework, they get hungry. Grubhub analyzed the ordering habits of over 350 college campuses. They discovered that overall, college students are 87% more likely to order late-night meals than the average diner. With only a handful of places open past 9 p.m., students are forced to choose between highly processed food or going to bed hungry. Cal Poly students are no strangers to late nights. Whether it's classes, studying, or extracurriculars, our survey revealed that over 75% of students have classes later than 6 p.m. Yet only 5 of 47 dining venues stay open past 9 p.m. All are either snack-based or unhealthy options, leaving students with limited choices. Freshman Adrian Witta, a plant science major, shares his opinions on the dining hours.
I have 2 classes, Monday and Wednesday, 4 to 6. Stats, and I have 6 to 9 p.m. Tuesdays and Thursdays for chemistry. So yeah, late classes.
Adrian is one of the many students whose eating habits are impacted by these limited hours. His busy schedule of evening classes often leaves him without enough time to acquire a meal.
I try and get food before a sandwich or something, but it's kind of hard because it'll just be cold, or I'll have to microwave something. It's kind of hard to figure out what to do.
Adrian's experience is not uncommon. In fact, over 90% of students report feeling hungry after 9 p.m.
Obviously, I would prefer cooking my own food just because it tastes a lot better, but dining hall food is really the only option for me right now, especially with my time availability.
These limited options don't just inconvenience students. They impact their physical and mental well-being. Skipping meals or resorting to unhealthy food and snacks can lead to fatigue, poor health, and a decline in their academic performance. For a university that emphasizes learn by doing, the lack of support for students' nutritional needs is alarming. For students with dietary restrictions, the struggle is even greater. In a recent survey, 17.6% of students said that they have dietary restrictions. Odelia Chauffet, who keeps kosher, shares her challenges balancing her dietary needs on campus.
Yeah, so I keep kosher, so as a religious Jew, I have very strict restrictions on what I can and can't eat and how it's prepared, even down to cutlery involved, and just everything involved in me eating.
This means most dining locations are off limits for Odelia, leaving her with just a few reliable options.
So I can eat at the kosher food truck. It's a good plug for them. It's called What's Cooking Kosher. And they have like Mediterranean food. And then I also can have from Vista Grande, I can have packaged food from a brand called Amuna. Those are pretty much the main meals that I can have. I mostly prepare food for myself.
The kosher food truck, one of her main resources, is open from Sunday to Wednesday until 8 p.m. On Thursdays, they close at 2 p.m., and Fridays and Saturdays don't operate at all.
So because of my dietary restrictions, I definitely need to a lot more time to like making food myself, and it definitely comes out of the time that I could be using for like my academics or things like that.
Preparing her own meals adds another layer of time management challenges, often at the expense of her academics.
At the same time, it has its drawbacks in that like there are some mornings where I won't eat, or like some days where I won't eat till probably like 4 p.m. Just because I haven't had time to prepare, or like last week my roommate and I didn't really eat throughout the day just because we didn't have time to go to the store.
For students with dietary restrictions, the lack of inclusive and convenient options on campus leads to skipped meals, added stress, and less time for academics. Experts agree that students need consistent access to healthy, balanced meals to thrive academically and physically. Kari Pillola, a registered dietitian and interim head of the Food Science and Nutrition Department, emphasizes the importance of frequent, healthy meals throughout the day.
I think it's actually important to eat more than 3 times a day, I would say, right? It's actually vital for sustaining one's nutrition, energy. Your brain needs to be fueled. There's a lot of science behind it, so I think making sure you are eating enough frequency is important.
On a campus where dining options are often unavailable at night or during unconventional hours, students face significant challenge meeting these nutritional needs.
The student hasn't been able to acquire the meals when they're hungry, not because they don't have the funds for it, but they don't have the time because something's not available to them. That can be inhibiting. It can distract. They're not going to perform well in school. They might be able to perform well physically, so if they're athletes or whatever else, going to the gym. So I think frequency is important, making sure you're eating enough times throughout the day.
Beyond academic and physical performance, Pillola stresses that maintaining a healthy and balanced diet is crucial to long-term well-being. The need for flexibility extends to dining hours, ensuring that food is available to match a student's schedule, whether studying late at night or early in the morning. To address the needs of flexible dining hours, a creative solution was proposed by a student project. Bring In Out helps solve a lack of weekend hours for many restaurants. Although In and Out may not be the healthiest option, it ensures students obtain a meal. Throughout the week, students can order In and Out and have it brought to campus for them to pick up on weekends. By offering an alternative when most dining venues are closed, Bring In Out helps students avoid skipping meals due to limited availability.
Why don't we have an In and Out on our campus? And then this question changed into a thought that, okay, why don't I bring In and Out on campus?
An expansion to late-night hours would help serve their fellow Cal Poly students even more. But why should it just be students? What is campus dining doing to solve the issue? With renovations in the Kennedy Library coming to a close, a spokesperson from Campus Dining revealed that they may in fact be adding more late-night options, one specifically being the popular sequel tea. Although it's easy to talk about extending dining hours, how easy is it to staff them? Former Hearth Pizza crew lead explains.
It takes an hour and a half at least to close after it stops. So that's why they stop serving at 9 or 8:45 closes, and then students are out by 10. Because if we stopped serving food at 10, no one would be out until 11:30, 12.
Students shouldn't be forced to work late into the night before classes the next day. However, campus dining employs more than just Cal Poly students in their restaurants. They also hire people from outside of the school to assist. Cal Poly can make changes to better serve their students. Solutions could include extending hours for popular venues, creating a 24/7 dining option, or introducing more late-night food trucks with diverse and healthy menus. For a university committed to student success, dining hours shouldn't be an obstacle. By addressing these, Cal Poly can ensure that all students, no matter their schedule or dietary needs, have access to the nourishment they deserve.